पास क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Kumbha Uvacha. This we have seen yesterday. यदि उपादेय वाक्योहम राजर्षे तद वदामि ते. उपादेय वाक्योहम का means whatever I am telling, is it acceptable to you? Meaning, do you have faith in what I say? See? Otherwise, I will say something, and if you don't have faith, you don't accept what I say, then there is no point in talking to you. See? यदि उपादेय वाक्योहम राजर्षे तत्वदामि ते, then I will talk to you. Otherwise, there is no meaning. अन्यथा अनेकथा प्रोक्तम अपि स्यात् विफलम वचः. And if you don't trust, if you don't have faith, if you don't accept what I am telling, then even if I tell you 100 times, it will be fruitless, meaningless. And therefore, Kumbha, he started telling the story. First of all, he told the story of this Chintamani hunter. After that was done, then he came to the next story, and the next story is Vana Gaja Akyanam, the story of a forest elephant. Asid Vindyavane Asti Mahayuthapaha Sabadho Lohajalena Hastipena Ekada Kila. There was a royal elephant's king, a big, huge type of elephant, a group of that, and the best among them, the big one, was Sabadnaha Lohajalena. He was tied down by the iron chains. Hastipena, by the Mahut, or by the one who is controlling the elephant, and he was thus tied down. Then Kheda Nimida Nirbhedam Dantabhyam tu Chakarasa. He became very miserable, the elephant, and therefore he, by his teeth, by his long tusk, he broke them. And tadruštva sa punarbadhum nishchitya hastipaha tada. And when the person who was catching the elephant, when he saw, oh God, he has broken the chains, so I have to again tie him down somehow or the other, I want to catch him. So tat tada društva punarbuddham nishchitya, he again decided, now again I will tie him down. In this manner the Hastipaha said. Then Papatatha Gajendrasya Murdni Taladharo Adaha. So he wanted to jump on the head of the elephant, and with the Ankusha he can control the elephant. So for that he jumped on the head of the elephant from the tree. But it so happened that Adha apatat durmatihi bhumau. He, that durmatihi, that crooked person, instead of falling on the head of the elephant properly so he can control, he fell on the earth, on the floor. Apatat durmati bhumau aprapya karnashira, because he could not properly aim at the head of the elephant. Then what happened? Tam puraha patitam društva mahebaha karuna yayau. Now this elephant, when he saw that this man has fallen in front of him on the floor, tam puraha pratitam društva, then mahebaha, maha-ibaha, iba means elephant, maha-ibaha karuna yayau, that great element had compassion for the man who had fallen on the ground instead of falling on his head. So he had compassion for them. Then kepis pharaguna santi tiryak grajadi tiryak gajadi gateshu api. So kepis pharaguna santi, there are good qualities of compassion, etc., even among the animals like the elephant, etc. So good things are available everywhere. But the thing is this goodness destroying you? See, we should be good. But we should be good to whom? To the crooks? No. Crooks should be killed. Shataha shattena taddete. This is the most important principle in our life. Many times we do the wrong way and then we suffer. See? They should not be tackled with love and understanding. See, like the terrorists. If they are jailed and then you leave them after 10 years, do you think they will have change? It cannot be. So, if a terrorist is caught, it must be shut down there and it's over. Because if you keep him alive, do you think he will have compassion and a possibility that he will improve? No, I will not do corruption. No, I will not harm anybody. Please relieve me. It cannot happen. See, the bitter gold cannot become sweet. This is where the good people become victim of their own goodness. Kepis paraguna santi tiryak gajati gateshu api dayaya tam parityajya sapradesham yayo gajaha. And out of compassion, that gaja, that animal, that elephant, he did not kill him, although he was available for killing, and he went to his own place. Gaje gate samuthaya punaha tasya jigrushaya. And when the gaje gate, when the elephant has gone, again he got up, samuthaya tasya jigrushaya, again with the same desire, and I have to catch this elephant. So, sa khata valayam chakre hastipaha kanane shatha. So that Shataha Hastipaha, that crooked man who was catching the elephant, he made a big hole in the soil somewhere in the forest and spread over that the bamboos and the grass and everything. And then what happened? Tasmin nipatitaha khate varno virahan vane. And when the elephant was moving in the forest, he fell into that big hole which was made by this Hastipaha, by this crooked man who wanted to catch the elephant. So, tasmin nipatitaha khate, in that hole he fell, varanaha virahan vane, when he was moving in the forest, and tato bhuya drudam baddhaha hastipena mahagajaha. And again, by the strong chains, again, the elephant was caught by this man. Ahanishyat puraivasau yadyagre patitam puram patitam ripum tat napya nalapyasta tad dukkam gajaha kata nibandanam. Now here a question is raised. Ahanishyat puraihi eva asau. Pura eva asau. If he was killed by This elephant, right when he was fallen in front of him, यद्यपि पतितं रिपुं, the enemy, tad na alapsyata tad dukkham. Then he would not have been again caught into the same trap. See? Gajaha khata nibandanam. And he got caught up in that big hole which was made in the soil where he fell. See? How important it is. This elephant should have killed that man. Then only he would have been saved. But he wanted to do good to others. And what happened? He was destroyed. Therefore, I am very clear about these principles. We should be good to the good and should not be good to the bad. See, friends, then only the things can be sorted out if you are living in this world. Raja Uvacha. Now the king is asking some question. See, Kumbha Raja Uvacha. Mani Sadhaka Vindhe Bhava Bandhanad Suchitam Vada. So the king asked Kumbha that you told me two stories. One is that of the Chintamani, and second thing is this elephant who was caught up in the forest, in the Vindhya mountain. So, Suchitam Vada, what do you want to say? Meaning, what is the Tatparya Nirnay? What is the message that you want to pass on to me? See? What is the moral of the story? Please tell me. Kumbha Uvacha. See? Ratna samsadhaka proktaha satvameva mahipate viddhi chintammanim sadho sarvatyagam akrutribam. Kumbha said, Ratna samsadhaka proktaha satvameva mahipate. O king, that person who was searching for the diamond, for the Chintamani, the divine diamond, that person who was searching, that Shastrajna, that wise man who had studied the scriptures, did everything, and he was searching for the diamond, he is none other than you. Satvameva mahipate viddhi. Chintamani sadho, for attainment of the Chintamani, sarvatyagam akrutrimam. He has renounced everything. But the renunciation was not real renunciation. See? It was a fake renunciation. See? Akrutrimam. Or another way, Krutrimam means he has put efforts. But after you have studied the scriptures and all that, you develop, okay, now this is called as Smashana Vairagya. You have given up everything, just like that. Because now I have studied, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, therefore I must be realized now, so I should go to the forest. See? This is Akrutriyama. You may give up. Therefore, two things we have to understand. Dispassion born out of ignorance is basically depression. And dispassion born out of discrimination and wisdom is the real dispassion. Therefore, Viddhi Chintammanim Sadho Sarvatyagam Akrutrimam. He did just like that, given up everything. This is what you have done. Santyaktam Bhavata Sarvam Sheshita Kim Tvam Tu Aham Mati. You have given up everything. Kingdom you have given up your wife and everything. But Sheshita Tvam Kim Aham Mati. But your ahankar is still held. Yena tyajasi tat tyaja. Now this ahankar, if we have to understand, take this example of sleep. The one who wants to sleep is a waker. I want to sleep. Not only that, he is husband, wife, brother, father, mother, somebody. Rich, poor, man, woman. He wants to sleep. And therefore he gives up everything. All possessions, relations, all assignments, everything he gives up. And then he comes to the bed and below the quilt, there also he is giving up. But till such time he gives up himself, then I want to sleep. Meaning the one who wanted to sleep, he has to be dropped. See? And this is exactly what has happened. That you have given Santyakta Bhavata Sarvam Sheshita Kim Tvam Aham Mati. But your ahankar, your ego, then I have given up everything, is not yet given up. See? How important it is. The real spiritual practice is renunciation of this I, the ego. All other things which are there, it doesn't matter. संत्यक्त भवता सर्वं शेषिता किं त्वं मति असंपूर्णे परित्यागे दृष्टकाच त्वया तपः. And asampurne parityage, without complete renunciation is possible only when the ego, the I, the ahankar, the doership, that is given up. Unless that is given up, no complete renunciation has occurred. So asampurna parityage drishtaha, and therefore drushtakācaha tvaya tapaha. So you have caught hold of the piece of glass like the tapas that you are doing. So the tapas is like a piece of glass which appears exactly like the diamond, but it is not. This is how many people have got this notion. Renunciation of everything, living in the jungle, having no proper clothing, and growing the jata. And in the winter also they don't put on the warm clothings. Agri vanni prushte bhanu ratro chubuka samarpita jano. Doing all tapasya. This is like catching or taking hold of a glass piece for the diamond. This is what you have done. Therefore, all of us who are listening to this katha should remove this nonsense from our head. That I want to go to forest, I want to go to Himalayas. See? There is one very sweet Amma. She had this thing. That I want to give up where I am staying, I want to come back to India and I will go to the Himalayas and stay there and do sadhana. What sadhana? You are in a more mess. We have to remain where we are. And then give up your I. I want to do this, I want to do that. I want to come here, I want to go there. See? There was another man who told Swamiji, I am listening to you for so many years, I want to come to India and then take to sannyas. So you please help me, where can I get sannyas and all that. So I told him, I said, what will you do by getting sannyas? Change on the clothes? That is not required. Be happy wherever you are. That's all. Changing the place, changing the situation, changing the people around is not going to make you anything. So when I told him this thing, he didn't like it. He said, okay. And he put down the phone. Why? Because the word which I explained today again, that whatever I am telling, if you have faith in what I say, then only it will be useful to you. But normally when we go to Mahatmas, what we want? We want, if the teacher, Mahatma, listens to us and agrees to whatever we say, then he is good. If something is told contrary to our understanding, if something is mentioned which we do not want, then that Mahatma is bad. Therefore, it is said, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sayyate indriyaha. Bhagavad Gita says, unless you have faith in the scriptures, words and the teacher's teaching, you will never be benefited. See? So, संत्यक्तम भवता सर्वं शेषिता त्वं अहम मतिः असंपूर्णे परित्यागे दृष्टकाच त्वया तपः. And then about the tapasya, you hear something, read something, that Dhruva went to the forest and there he stood on one leg and the hands up there, and then you are doing the japa, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and you start doing the mimicry, nothing will happen. See? What is important is give up this wrong notion. That I am the doer, I am the doer, I am the doer. And how it can be given up? Only by remaining happy. A happy person is nobody. A miserable person is always somebody. See? संत्यक्त वासना सर्वं शेषिता किम त्वम अहम मति असंपूर्णे परित्यागे दृष्ट काच त्वया तपः. Therefore, you are taken the tapasya as the glass piece, and you started thinking, "Oh, I have got the Chintamani. Now I will go to the forest, leave everything, and I will realize the truth." No. Chintamani tvaya maya praptaha. चिंतामणि मया प्राप्तः इत्यलं बुद्धवानसि न लब्धवान् भवान् साधो स्फटिकस्यापि खंडिकाम्. चिंतामणि मया प्राप्ता इति alam buddhavanasi. You have only up to this wrong notion. Yes, I got the Chintamani. Why? Because I have studied Upanishad, I have studied Gita, I have renounced everything. Now I am a Swami, I have taken to sannyas. See, friends, these are all external things. This has nothing to do with the truth. See, otherwise the grahasthas would never have been realized. See, friends, it is so important for us to know that this external paraphernalia, we the Swamis are the tailor-made Swamis. Only by changing the clothes, but ahankar is still there. See? And therefore you see, in any organization you go, there is same misunderstanding, fighting, giving up. Okay, you go away, we don't want you. Okay, I'll go, I'll make my own ashram. Who is saying this? Sannyasi. Because the ahankar is still there. See, my friends, wherever anything is to be achieved in this world, wherever anything is to be done in this world, till then we are nowhere near the truth. See? Like the riches in the material world are same like the riches in the spiritual world, they are in the form of the siddhis. So what are the siddhis? What average person cannot do, that you are able to do. What is the material prosperity? An average person is not able to buy in a bicycle, but you can buy an aeroplane. So you are richer than him because you got more power. In the same manner, what cannot be achieved by us, average people, that is achieved by the Mahatmas who are Siddha. So they bless, okay, you will be blessed with the child and the child is born. See, friends, the ego is still there. Therefore, you see, all these Mahatmas, they either they will bless you or curse you. And if you go contrary to them, something bad will happen to you. See? Because still, I versus you, the duality is still maintained. One has not gone beyond that. See, Maharaj, understand this clearly. All external things are okay in their own place. But what is to be given up? This ego, the ahankara. Chinta mani maya prapta iti alam buddhavanasi. You have come only up to this point. Yes, I got the Chintamani. But have you recognized whether Chintamani is right or wrong? Do you have the ability to recognize or evaluate that this is Chintamani? No, you didn't have. See, in the this diamond industry, maximum cheating happens. Maximum. Because those who are purchasing, they are fools. They hardly have any knowledge about diamonds. And those who are selling, they are expert. And they know where is what fault with what diamond piece and how they make fool of these rich people. And then these rich people go and put on the diamond thing on their head or on their neck or body and move around in the rich congregations And those who are looking at them, they also don't know. Simply they are told, oh, this is diamond. Oh, this I bought for $10 million. Oh God, so expensive, and it's a designer's piece. It is not available anywhere. See. One day I was in Bahrain with one of my friend who was a jeweler, and in his shop he took me and he showed me one golden necklace, so heavy and so big. I said, hey, what is this? Who can put on this heavy thing in a neck? Swamiji, you don't know. There are people. This is almost half a kg weight. And this is called designer's piece. This is the only piece in the world. We have made only one piece. It is not duplicated. And therefore, this will be sold for $1 million or more than that. See? Therefore, we are mistaking the piece of glass as the divine gem. Chintamani maya prapta iti alam buddhavanasi na labdhavan bhavan sadho. See, oh Maharaj, you have not got the Chintamani. You have not got. You have only caught hold of this glass piece. That means only renunciation without knowledge is only a external thing, nothing to do. Therefore, both the things are necessary on a spiritual path. One is renunciation, second is knowledge. Jnana vairagya sahitam. Okay. So, na labdhavan bhavan sadho sphatikasyapi kandikam. You did not get even a small piece of the diamond. See. Na labdhavan bhavan sadho spatikasya api khandikam. Khandikam is a small piece. And you think that you have got everything. What you have got? This is how the ego of this achievement is the most difficult. Ego of renunciation is worse than that. See, friends, ego and renunciation is difficult to get rid of. See? There is a competition. I don't have this, I don't have this. No. Na labdhavan bhavan sadho spatikasyapi khandikam. Then, yoso vindyavane hasti sosmin bhumitale bhavan yo vairagya vivekhyasau tau tasya dashano stitau. Now, yo aso vindyavane hasti. Now we are told you the story of the elephant in that mountains of India, and so asmin bhumitale bhavan, that elephant is you on this earth. You are that elephant in the forest of the Vindhya mountain. You are that elephant. Okay. And yau viveka vairakyau tau tasya dashano stitau. And he had two very strong tusks. They are his viveka vairagya, dispassion and discrimination that you have. So you are a seeker, a discrimination and dispassion. Viveka vairagya ko tau tasya dashano stitau. Now by this strength of these two tusks, hastipastu tvad ajnanam asha pashasya shunkala. See? Now hastipaha, that man who has caught hold of you, that is ajnanam. We are caught by the ignorance about our correct identity, about our correct understanding as to who am I. Without that, we are caught by the ajnanam, the incomplete knowledge. So, hastipastu tvad ajnanam. And then, asha pashascha shunkala. And the snare of the desires and the expectation and the love for the worldly things. All these things are the shunkala, the chains. So you, the elephant, was caught by the ignorance, the man who wanted to catch the elephant and you were tied down by the chains of expectations and desires about the worldly things. See how beautiful the story is told. Then bhogan santajjata bhagna ya tvaya bhavati dhruvam. And then you have given up all the enjoyments of life. See? And therefore, santajjatam bhagnasa. So all the shunkalas, all the chains, you have broken them with the tusk of discrimination and dispassion. And santajjata, and you have given them up away. And tvaya bhavati dhruvam. And you have done it in a most beautiful way. Tvai tejati tadrajyam ajnanam patitam krutam. See? Tvai tejati tadrajyam. When you have given up the kingdom, the ajnanam patitam dhruvam, your ignorance has fallen. Because when you have given up the kingdom, that means when the chains were broken, that time that Mahut, that person who was sitting on the tree, he wanted to jump on you and again catch hold of you, control you. But then it so happened, it fell down on the ground. So ajnanam pratitam krutam. Then hatam yadi tada ajnanam. If that time that ajnanam, that means when that man has fallen down in front of you, that time you should have killed him. Hatam yadi tad ajnanam tad tvam na anihashyata punaha. Then he would not have caught hold of you again. So do not give the ignorance any chance. See, friends, how important it is. Tvai tajati tadrajam ajnanam patitam krutam. So you have given up your ignorance, you have given up your kingdom, dispassion, therefore your ignorance has fallen down. But then you haven't got the essential divine nature of yours. And therefore you again allowed the ignorance to continue. Destroy the ignorance fully. And the full destruction of the ignorance is possible when dispassion is followed by study, contemplation, reflection, and living as nobody. And expressing as a happy one. But you will see these people who go to do tapasya, they are not happy. They are very crude. You will see, even if you look at them, you don't feel cheerful and happy. See? Because their dispassion was, it has destroyed their beauty of their inner being. Hatam yadi tada jnanam tad tvam na anishyat puna. Had you killed that ignorance, that man, that time itself, then he would not have caught hold of you. Tapaha prapancha khati tvam pati to ajnanavarina rajan sarva parityagaha kasmat tanutishtatvaya. Tapa prapancha khate tvam. You have done a lot of tapasya. And what is the tapasya? It is the hole in the soil. Tvam patitaha ajnana vairina. And you are lost in this tapasya. I will give up this, I will give up that, I will have no clothes, I will have only langoti, and I will be living on the below the tree or on the tree. See? You come across when you go to the Kumbh Mela or other places. That is their tapasya. There is one Mahatma I remember. He has decided he will not sit on the ground. He will only stand all through his life. And then he has, now such people also have got equal type of disciples. Then wherever he goes, they have to tie a jhula. Below the tree only he stays. Because where jhula can be tied. And then the height of the jhula is up to his chest. So when he is tired, then his disciple make the jula, and then he puts his hand in that, and he is sitting on his chest through the jula, and then this is how he sleeps. What is that? I don't want to sit down. I will stand throughout my life unless Bhagavan Ram gives me darshan. To such fools, Bhagavan will not give darshan. See? This is not spiritual practice, my dear friends. I am not condemning anybody. We have to learn. And when we have to learn, you cannot be emotional. You have to be realistic in life. See? There are so many people, they will be doing all kinds of things. And that is their tapasya. Therefore, two things avoid. Don't waste your whole life in tapasya or yoga. They are the means, they are not the goal. And ultimately, when you come to the truth, then everything is rejected. If you see the great masters, they have not wasted their time in this. It was natural to them. Tapa prapancha khate tvam patitaha ajnana varina. So by the enemy ignorance, you have fallen into the hole of the tapasya. And Rajan sarva parityaga kasmad nanuthishtata tvaya. Rajan sarva parityaga kasmad na anushtita tvaya. So, hey king, O king, why you have not given up everything? And everything is the I, the ego, the ahankar. See? Why you have not given up everything? Therefore, friends, if we take our spiritual practice, it should have this complete picture in our mind. See? We lead our life at different levels. One level is we are living in this world whatever we are supposed to live as. Mother, father, brother, sister, officer, subordinate, servant, whatever we have to live, that is called as the Vyavaharik Jiva. Be a perfect person and live happily. See? Whatever you are, fulfill your life in that. Number one. While doing all that, don't get entangled to such an extent as if that is right, that is real. Meaning, what to do then? Karnataka. So, when we do any act, any part in a drama, we perform the role so perfectly well that the audience feels really that particular character has been enlivened. But behind that character, there is a man who is neither the king nor the servant. He is just an ordinary, useless husband. See? Again and again we have to remember this. See? So, this is the Vyavaharik Jiva. We have to live like that. Then, second is the Paramarthik Jiva. Paramarthik Jiva is the one, now he is committed to the spiritual life. The spiritual life doesn't mean you have to go somewhere, leave the home. I am fed up working for these people at home. Now in this old age also I had to do this thing, that thing. You are lucky because of that you are able to keep yourself occupied. See, suppose you fall ill and you are on the bed. You will become more miserable than when you are actively, dynamically working and doing something for yourself. See, watch those people who are on the bed, how miserable they are. They just want to get out of the bed and do something. But this is how it happens. To whom? For the strong I, strong ego. So if you are a Paramarthik Jiva, the spiritual practice, what we suggest is be happy. Don't become miserable. That is the spiritual practice. Accept the world, living at zero complaint level. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Life is just a time pass. Karnataka. See, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. This is the way the ego can be slowly dissolved. Such a person is able to be at home and at peace everywhere with everyone. And so also the man apaman, the honor and the dishonor, the respect and the disrespect will be never an issue for such a great master. Therefore, live in the world as a Vyavaharik Jiva, do your duties perfectly well. Then you are inside a Paramarthik Jiva, you are committed to the truth. And our commitment to the truth should not be known to anybody. Live in the world as an average person, as if nothing. Our spiritual practice should be so secret that nobody should know even that we are even chanting Lord's name. See, friends, that is extremely necessary. Then you are at peace. You don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. We don't have to justify anything to anybody in this world. See, after your job, whatever you are supposed to do, if it is over, you are back to yourself, relax, be happy. And then one day you will understand, if we are occupied, if we are busy, we are happy and we are capable. A person who is not occupied, he is good for nothing. So those who are getting a lot of work, even in the old age, understand you are a chosen one. It is not a punishment that you are blessed with. No. See, friends, the one who becomes miserable, how many lives and months and lives I had to do this thing, the same thing I have been doing again and again and again. The day you become miserable, you have spoiled your whole spiritual progress. See? Like one person asked me this question, that you are giving lectures all the time but people don't improve. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, I will feel bad if I have this hope that because of me the people will change. I have no misgiving about this. Then why I am doing? Because it is my need. See, so whenever you do something as your need, you will be happy. But when you feel that it is something is pushed on you and you don't want to do, your ego is taking place, and there you will be miserable and all your spiritual practice will be destroyed. This is the Paramarthik Jiva. See? And in that, then everything comes. You are living cheerfully, happy, talking to the people, doing your japa, reading the Bhagavata or chanting the Vishnu Sahasranam. Whatever you do it nicely. But that is to be done in your time. Not when we are supposed to be engaged for something. Not that time. Paramarthik Jiva. Now to practice this, let us analyze our experience. Our experience is, we as a dreamer, when we dream, that time it is so real. But when the dream is over and we are now Vyavaharik Jiva, then what is the attitude of the Vyavaharik Jiva, the waker, with the dreamer and the dream and his experiences, his achievements and failure? He is indifferent to them. Oh, it was just a dream. Is it not? But there are some people who take that also very real. Okay. So, the waker takes the dreamer and his experiences as illusion and he drops them. He doesn't waste time on that. Exactly the same way, a Paramarthik Jiva, a spiritual seeker, takes up all the relations and business of life as illusion, and as a drama you play, that's it. When you are playing a drama, it is illusion. Everything appears to be happening, but nothing is happening. But whatever is appearing to be happening, it is happening perfectly. In the same manner, play perfectly as a Vyavaharik Jiva, whatever role you have to play, play perfectly. But at the same time, you are a Paramarthik Jiva, you are focused on your own self. And if you are focused on your own self, you shall be happy and happy and happy only. You will not be miserable. Therefore, these three topics come in our scriptures. Vyavaharik Jiva, the dream person is called a Pratibhasik Jiva. And then the Paramarthik Jiva, the seeker. When we are thus able to drop both these Pratibhasik Jiva as an illusion, dream, similarly the Vyavaharik Jiva as an illusion and dream, then you are abiding in the Paramarthik Jiva. And Paramarthik Jiva, the spiritual practice is be happy. That is the spiritual practice. When you are doing something and you get what you wanted, you are happy, is it not? So what is happiness? Happiness is the last destination. See? Suppose you wanted to get married to some girl and then it happens, then you are happy. So happiness is the last destination of our life. Therefore, the highest spiritual practice is Mauj mein raho, be happy. But then we want complicated things. That is the whole problem with us. We don't like simple things. In this manner, when we are able to understand what this Chudala has been trying to tell her husband Shikhidwaja, we are only surface swimmers, we are not gone deep. And this is what we all have to do. Iti Sri Vaasishtha Sangrahe Shikhidwaja Tapo Nama Shadvamsha Sargaha. In this manner, this is the 26th Sarga, wherein the Shikhidwaja has done the tapasya and what happened to this. Now in the 27th Sarga, Chudalopadesha, the teachings of Chudala to her husband. Complete renunciation. Rajo Vacha, Rajyam Tyaktam Gruham Desho Dara Tyaktacha Bandavaha Etan Sajjata Santejjata Sarvatyagaha Kimna Maya Kritaha. Now this is the next chapter. We will take it in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Tomorrow onwards there will be class. When the class will happen, you will be informed a day in advance. Till then, Mauj mein raho. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. This evening also there will be no class.